Hello and welcome to The Money Honey, the show that brings together women in finance, property, and construction. Today, I have invited one, I have to say, I'm a little bit of a fangirl over here, right? So I've been following this phenomenal lady on LinkedIn for a while. And it's one of those people that you just think, where have you been? Why have I only just come across you now, right? Why hasn't the algorithm worked fast enough to bring us closer together? And I'm just so glad that we have reconnected. I'm going to get to know her for the very first time on the show today. We've never met, we've never spoken properly before, other than just supported each other on social media, on LinkedIn. The person that I would like to introduce you to is Dr. Sheun Oke. She is a author, coach, speaker, trainer, financial advisor. She's one of the UK's foremost self-leadership and confidence expert with over 20 years experience of being a top sales and marketing executive, trainer, and has served many as an executive coach. I mean, what a phenomenal career this powerhouse has built. She's here to talk about her books. So there is a book coming up very, very soon. I'll let her introduce that. But she has already written a book called SUPERGirl to SUPERWoman, the ultimate guide to female leadership, which is on its way to me right now. Literally, this is my vibes. I've got so much more to say about her, but I only think it's fair that she gives her own intro and presents herself. So I'm about to bring her on the show. Here she is, and she was just literally dancing in the background whilst this film was on. I saw it. This is what I love, is that you didn't even know you were doing it, and I caught you, and I just love that. How are you doing?
Just got introduced to me. Yeah, I got a full blast energy coming on the show, and I'm excited. I'm here with you, phenomenal woman. I've been seeing the amazing work you've been doing, following you on LinkedIn. And I'm saying that, we can only get better when we collaborate to make whatever we're building bigger. So, yeah, good on you. Fantastic work.
Wow, thank you. The fact that you've noticed me just as much as I've noticed you means a lot, because we all suffer with imposter syndrome, right? And sometimes I think, oh, if I invite this amazing woman to come and speak to me on the show, will she want to speak to me? Like, will she respect what I'm doing? Will she appreciate what my space is? And yeah, I just, I don't know why I doubt myself, but you just make me feel really comfortable. So thank you.
Know what? I think a lot of women would do that. And that was what gave birth to my first book, SUPERGirl to SUPERWoman, the ultimate guide to female leadership. Because as women in leadership, as women going out there, bringing things on, birthing goals and dreams and visions, we kind of like, oh, maybe I'm not qualified for this, maybe I'm not qualified for that. But you know what? Your life experiences, the things that you've done, like I'm a mom to 3 children. And the skills that I've gotten, aside from having a doctorate, master's, and all of that, and the degrees, the skill, on-the-job skill that I've gotten as a mom alone is enough to lead in any leadership roles. Because conflict management, children, do you know what? Every single child is unique in his or her way. So the way you deal with the first person is going to be different from what you deal with the second person. And you have to understand the personality, what turns this one on, what turns this one off. And then the children, you want to do the best for them. And this is what I did in the book. Just bringing all the soft skills and saying that you don't need to be a man. You don't need to be masculine to be in leadership. You can use your soft skills and we'll get more done just being us, the superwomen.
Boom! If that is not a money honey right now, like, this is the ultimate money honey for me. Like the attitude, the values that you bring, the way of helping people see things differently. Like, this is it, right? So give me an intro. Give us an intro. Like you're super
right.
academic, you're talented, you're a mother, you have an insurance and protection business, you're an author. Like, oh, how many things do you do?
All right, you know what? I wear a lot of hats, and because we are not one thing. And another mistake that we make is, yeah, because I'm in this, then I can't be this, right? And as a mom and as a woman in business, you have to be able to wear a lot of hats and wear them well, because you can't afford to drop one and not be good at the others. And they all have cross-sectional, skills that you can use. So yes, I'm a mother, I'm a wife to one amazing man, and my first degree was in agricultural economics and extension. I'm like, okay, how did you get to financial services? My second degree is in masters in business administration and marketing. And one of the things that I've been doing from the beginning has been following up on gender-based issues from my first degree to my second, and having the honorary doctorate. And what I've found is that there are different things that we can do as females that brings more value to the table, right, to whatever we do, right? There's just a load of value being a woman. I don't want to be a man, right? I know we have our challenges of being women, right? But you know what? Even if I come back another time, like people say, I would choose to be a woman because I've got so much to going. So presently I'm really fully on into financial advising, and I think that really came to play more post-COVID. I'm Nigerian. I came to the United Kingdom about 13 years ago. So I didn't grow up in this country. I wasn't born here. Your typical immigrant. Okay, expatriate, as they say.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, I wasn't born
so
here. Yeah, I know how you feel.
coming to the country, my background is in finance, banking and finance, and I did quite a lot in the bank sector in Nigeria. Before coming to the United Kingdom, and come to the United Kingdom, yeah, I got into the old work environment, more into the NHS and managerial management of teams. But I just had to take a step back because my children were growing, and they needed more time from me. So that was I just came out, started doing more of community work, doing the coaching, so that I'm around. My husband is doing the 9 to 5, doing the also, but I've focused more on building the community, building my children. And then when it was time for me to come back, because now my first son is in the university, is in University of Nottingham, studying civil engineering. My second baby is a footballer now, so it's post 16, and my daughter, that's the only princess in the house, she's going to be 14. So obviously they are now grown, and I can have more time to do what I want to do. So COVID happened, and I've always been an educator. So I looked at what happened during COVID, and the sheer loss of lives, of income, of lots of things, all because people do not have the understanding of what it would have been to have financial resilience, having something at the background, supporting in case the unfortunate misfortunes happen. And see, it happened to the whole world, COVID. And especially in the Black community, which I'm a part of, I've seen that there are so many misgivings and so many myths and so many misunderstanding of the insurance world. And so I've taken upon myself to be on that mission, to not just educate them, but to also make sure that they have the appropriate cover in place. So I do not just cover my community, but however, my community actually made me come to understanding that there's a serious knowledge gap in here. And I found out that when people have the right information, they tend to make informed decisions. And this is what I've been doing, and that's what's giving birth to the book on insurance, because I was looking for materials that was simple enough, that was jargon free, as it were, because we have a lot of lingua in the industry that we just confuse a lot of people, and confused people do not make decisions quickly. They postpone decisions. So that's what the book on insurance. So it's one of my life's work that I'm really excited about. That is really coming to be. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what an intro. I am mesmerized by the talent, but the determination, the focus that you need, the patience.
Hmm.
I really admire. I know what it takes to just even do a third of everything that you do. I've done the academic side. I didn't go as far as you did, but I've done the go to school, get an education, go
Get
to
it done, get a
university.
job.
Yeah,
You know,
done that, done the job. I've started my own business, balancing, I'm married, there's so many things that I do relate to. I guess the only thing that in what you're doing, I don't have the children, but I appreciate that's another layer on top of everything
that's
else that
another
you
layer
do,
on top of it. Huge
another layer.
layer.
Woo! Then, right, I'm just getting tired, like thinking about it. But the other thing I'm really interested on a personal, selfish level is this
Yeah.
book, right? Because I'm trying to write a book, right? And everyone
Okay.
out there probably thinks, yeah, I really would want to write a book one day. We've all got the famous saying that everyone's got a book in them. Like, could
Yeah.
you just, obviously we haven't got time for a full-blown training course on how to write a book, but how are you going through that? Like, how are you actually putting the book together?
All right. The most important thing is that you have to schedule it, right? Because our days are so busy, right? So you need to schedule it in. And there are so many, materials that can help you these days. Like you can record your audio, like instead of typing, it's faster, helps. And also, if you know what you okay, it's easier for me because I've done it before, all right? And there is a strategy to it. So once you have what you want to write about, you have all the chapters of things you want to talk about, you have some bullet points on what or that should be in each chapter, you're really good to go. And also, because I am passionate about the subjects that I talk about, and I've lived experiences. Like for the book on insurance, basically there's so many myths that are coming out from my consultation that I just know, you know what, answer this, answer this, answer this, answer this. I'm like, if I keep need to repeat myself for each person, that's not really a great use of my time. When I can put it together and hand it over, before we have a flip through it, it's an easy read. A 10-year-old can read it, you understand it, we have a conversation. So, and it's much easier conversation, and also advisors can use it. People coming into the industry, it's easier for them to do it, right? Just hand it over. So it's not just a material for me or my clients, it's a material for anybody that's looking to become a financial advisor or someone that's already in advising world. Because right now you have industry experts speaking on this, because I have quite a few industry experts that have spoken, giving their views on some of the topics, right? So it's really about understanding that I want value for the people, and aside from that, it should have a value for me, because time is everything. And if you have to keep repeating yourself, saying the same, and that's why I do videos. So if I do a consultation today, for example, let me give this particular one. So one of my clients, so we had a quote done, right? So we agreed on the quote. I've already told them, there are different underwriter responses, and that's part of what I've written in my book, right? Underwriter responses. It may be that this exactly thing that I quoted for you is what you'll be charged at, right? However, the way I'm looking at your BMI, there is a maximum chance that you're going to have this percentage of loading, they call it. Loading is just a little bit of increase in your premium after we have all the information put into the database of the insurance company to now say, okay, this is what this risk is worth. This is what we're going to charge you more because of this risk. All right. So they take you as everybody's right BMI, everybody's healthy when we're doing the quote. So I said to this client, this is it. All right, so we went through all our medical questions and everything, and she also has a family history of some medical issues. And by the time the approval came, our life insurance was loaded with 25%, and then 50% on critical illness cover. And I told her, you know what? I know your budget is this, right? But this is what it's going to be now. There are two things that we can do. It's either you increase your budget to be able to have this all cover, all right? Or we can accept this term at the initial quote, meaning whatever we quoted for you before, the assured sum is going to reduce as weighted by this loading. And then she just responded to me, but this was, but I want to accept at the initial quote, but I don't want the amount to reduce. I'm like, okay, I've told you there's a weight into it. It's not me. I'm
Yeah.
not the one making the decision. I am just helping you. The insurance company says this is what they're going to charge you. So I don't make this. So you're not this is not haggling, you know.
Yeah, we're not negotiating
We're
here.
not negotiating. Don't understand? It's not me. So I had to do a video to actually explain that how it works, and that really helped them. So we're able to accept the initial term, accept the term at the initial quoted, meaning she has a reduced assured sum, right? However, she's not covered. So those are the little things that come out from a consultation. And because for me, maybe because of the way my brain works, I don't like to repeat the same thing over and over again. If I can create a material that's going to answer that question, so I can just send you a link and then our conversation is better. So basically, that's
You're
what
doing
that.
me out of a job. This is my job. Like advisors, calling all advisors. Are you listening? Are you tuned in? This is what I've been trying to teach you. Hello. There's a book called They Ask, You Answer, and that's exactly
Mhm,
what you're doing, right? You get
mhm.
a frequently asked question. If this question keeps coming up over and over again, it means that a lot
And
of people
answer
are
it.
suffering. Answer it.
That's it.
Stop, instead of spending 20 minutes on the phone telling someone what is the difference between life insurance and income
And
protection,
good competition.
and yeah, just do a video. Oh, I've got a video on that. Watch this. And if you still need some further
That's
help,
it. Life
yeah,
is good.
it's really, really, I know it sounds really simple. The concept is simple. The execution can be a little bit tricky because if you're not
Yeah,
confident
yeah,
at recording yourself and recording videos, you
that's
need some
true.
help. And that, but everything I really love, and I bet you love her too. She's called Marie Forleo.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. If you have never heard of Marie Forleo, she's American, so she's more like in the States, but she's become huge in the UK as well. She's a
Okay.
motivational speaker. She's been interviewed by Tony Robbins and things like that. But her favorite line, her quote is everything is figure outable.
Yeah,
Everything is figure out. You'll figure it out. So if
you
this
will.
is what you want to do, if you want to follow in the footsteps of Dr. Sheun, it is possible. You can figure it out, right? So I love that because you're adding value, you're educating your guests, your clients. This is absolutely fantastic. So when is the book out?
All right, so we're looking at it's pre-launching actually in March. So then
Okay.
I've got an event coming up on the. I need to confirm because I'm doing along with my borough, right? Who are also looking to support more women that are doing things in the community. So we're really kind of like launching something very soon. So March, I've got an event coming up that's celebrating International Women's Week. All right,
Yes.
and then so it's going to be pre-launching there, but launching in June stroke July. So I'm still
The
working with my
purchase
publishers
date.
to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that,
yeah.
well, do let me know when that purchase
I'm
date is
definitely
out.
going.
I will put it all over my socials. And the event, anything that we can do to support, if there's an event that we can participate in, or even just if I can just sit in the room and be a fly on the wall and just absorb the energy, I would love that. So anyway,
Absolutely.
yes, yeah, any way that we can support, I'd be very much interested in that. So
Fantastic.
okay, we're obviously talking about women in finance, right? And
Yes.
you
Yes.
are juggling a lot. You're showing that it is possible to,
It is.
yeah. Tell me more about that. How would you guide someone listening to this who thinks, oh, but I don't know if I should have a family and I can't juggle the work life, and how do I get myself out there? I'm not very confident. I know you're a coach, so I don't want to take advantage of your phenomenal talent and skill, but we're on this show. We just want
You're
3 minutes.
permitted to take advantage today.
Yes, today, yeah, you've given me permission to get some time in with you. Like, help us understand. And what would you say to someone like that who's nervous about trying to achieve the same greatness as that you have?
All right. So here is the super in my book is an acronym. It means you're sensitive, you are undeterred, you're proactive, you're elegant, you're a replicator, meaning that you're also teaching others to do this. Right. So if you're listening to me now, you want to, start your own business, you want to become a financial advisor. The first thing is you have what it takes. You must believe, because there's a saying that goes that if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Unfortunately, it's your belief, because your belief makes you take some sort of action, right? If you believe, oh, Dr. Sheun, I know you can do it, but you're the superwoman, I can do it. Unfortunately, you can't do it. But if I can do it, yes, you can do it. And that's what I'm going to say. That as a woman, you have all the skills in you already, inborn, innate skin of, innate skill of trying to nurture, right? So when we nurture, that's that sensitivity, it's there. Undeterred means even if people have said no to you, and you want to see if you come in as a financial advisor, unfortunately, even your friends at the beginning are going to say no to you, and it hurts. Trust me, it hurts. When you start a business and you believe my friends and family should be the first to patronize me, they don't do it, because now you need to prove yourself more than even any other person that you are the professional. So at the beginning, if you're starting out, it may look like it's hard, but you know what? Be undeterred. Don't stop because you've got no's. Because no, I say to the people I coach that no is just a temporal yes. Because no may mean it's just not time. Okay. So I do, when I hear no, I go deaf. So I'm selectively deaf to no. All right, let me repeat
Yeah,
that.
I get it. Yeah,
When
that's
I
really
hear
good.
no, I go selectively deaf, because I know there's a
Selectively.
yes in there.
Very true. Very true. And there's
There's a
another
yes
book.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a
it may
yes.
not be
Yeah.
now. Yeah, it may not be now, right? So do you want to talk about no? Is the yes is the what's the book you were going to talk
Oh,
about?
it's, The Go Giver gives more.
Go giver.
The
All right.
Go Giver, yeah. So it's just about yeah, you get a no, but actually maybe it's that you've not given the right value, or you're not given the right thing,
Information,
information. Yeah, yeah.
timing, right? So like, let me give you a typical example of that. So that was last year. There was a gentleman that was referred to me by another client, and it was saying, oh, so we went back and forth. Okay, call me today, call me. It got to say, I said, you know what, my time, you're not paying for it. If you don't do any deal, no insurance company is going to pay me. When you're ready, give me a ring, but I'll check up on you, because I know you need to build this financial resilience for your family. You got young children, you have absolutely no cover in place. If anything happens to you, what's going to happen to the children? You're a single father. And you went back and forth, back and forth. A year later, remember, he said no to me, right? 1 year ago, exactly a year after, I called him. I said to him, you know what? I'm only calling you to know if you've put something in place, because I care about you and I care about those children. I said, Dr. Sheun, you know what? Let's do it. Ah, it took 1 year to get it, yes. But now we're there. You know what happened? Situations around him changed.
Yes.
He got someone that was close to him that died, and he saw the way it was humiliating to have to go to GoFundMe to be able to bury him, not let alone take care of his family. And he was a good man. So if you're listening to me, you may be a good woman, you may be a good man, but if you do not do the right thing to protect your family, unfortunately, they're going to fall into charity. And how does that look on you after working so hard all the rest of your life to have to, for your family to fall into charity? Why do we actually do the hustle every day? Is it to eat, drink, and sleep, and then leave nothing behind? Leave no protection for our family? This is
Wow.
why I do what I do, to make
Wow.
sure that you think about not just your family, but also your business. Because people think, people also fail to protect their businesses. So we have
Yeah.
the human insurances, we have the shareholder insurance. People don't even know this. So it's a whole lot of educating out there, right?
Mm.
Because I used to assume people knew, but no, they don't know as much. So if you're watching this or you're listening to this and you've been thinking, I can't do it, yes, you can. All right. First, deal with that. Proactive means that don't wait for people to make things happen for you. So the book I'm writing now, nobody asked me to do it, but I know I can teach. I can teach someone something, all right, and I can give this into the hands of somebody that wants to start in the industry, and it's going to help them. So I decided to do it. Okay, elegant, the way you look Oh my God, it's important. And people forget about their health while they're building a business. It's important. All right. So
It's
I
your
do not joke with my
duty.
health.
It's your
Oh
duty.
my God.
It is
It's your
your
duty to
duty to
look after
take
you.
care of yourself, not just for you, but for the people that are buying into you and that have bought into you and that want to work with you. How dare you leave them stranded? Right? How dare you let them down when they have believed in you? No one wants to work with someone who's on the brink of a heart attack, right? We want to work and be surrounded with successful people. So it's your duty, not just for your family. That's how I see it anyway. It's your
And your
duty.
premiums are cheaper when you're
Yeah. Yeah, just FYI. The healthier you
honestly,
are,
it is
yeah,
cost efficient
cost
to actually look
efficient.
after your health
Well, it is very
because
expensive
it's
to
gonna
be
cost you.
unhealthy. Yes.
Right. So what I encourage people to do is have a daily routine. I call it daily mode of operation. So your daily modus operandi, as they say. What do you need to do on a daily basis that's going to help you get to where you want to get to? Okay, that's if you know where you want to go. So that comes to goals again. How do you set goals? And how do you set goals if you don't have a vision of who you need to be to become what you want to achieve? So it's a all of huge thing to have a vision of you. All right, my personal life, I've seen what being unhealthy has done to my family. And I was 13 years old when I decided I don't want to be like this. And I decided to change trajectory. So I started doing my own personal coaching for myself when I was 13. I was an overweight teenager. All right. And by the time I was 14, I was the right shape that I wanted. It took me 1 year, right? I'll go walking, I'll go jogging. Nobody, and this was in Nigeria, it wasn't in the UK, and there was no book or anything, anybody coaching me. It was because I wanted something differently. I started changing my diet. I started watching what I was eating. And so what I'm doing now, people look at me and say, oh, constantly, I hit the gym every single day, aside from the weekends, because my weekends are super busy, right?
Yeah.
Every single day, I start my day like that. Why? I know I've seen what it looks like not to have the energy to do what I want to do. I know what it looks like not to wear a dress and not like what it looks like. And that's not going to be me. And am I prepared to pay the price for it? Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love, like I made the choice this year. I enrolled in a new, I've always had a personal trainer and always been like, looking after my body. And this year I enrolled in a new personal training program for 9 weeks. And I decided I am not touching any alcohol, and I don't even drink that much, but I don't want to touch any alcohol for 9 weeks straight
fantastic.
because as a business owner, I said, I'm going new levels here this year. And I need to think clear. I need to have a clear mind, right? Even if I have 1 glass of wine, I go to sleep, right? So I need clarity. And if I want to give the very best of myself to my clients, I need to be the very best. And then obviously from a health perspective, I wanted my body to be on top form, to be super, energized. The only day I did have 1 tiny little drink was on my birthday. And that felt like you said,
That's
I know what it, yes, it's allowed, but I felt quite groggy. And I was like, I know what it feels like to feel I know what it feels like to feel ashamed of looking in the mirror because you don't feel yourself. I know what it's like to feel so cloudy that you can't really think straight. And so that is why health is a priority for me, because it feels good, guys. Like there is no other benefit than it just feels great.
Yeah.
It just feels good. Just do it.
And feels great. I got the energy. You can do more, you can think clearly. You just said it. You can think more clearly. And my husband is a night person. I'm a morning person. So at times we do work out together, but I wake up very, very early. I'm like, my children are like, Mom, I've already gotten like 4 hours into my day before they even wake up.
That is not me, but I'm kind of like that. Yeah, I'm not that much of a morning person, because something I have started to learn to accept is that sleep is one of my superpowers. I need to sleep and I
Yeah.
need to recover because I do so much in the day. I'm so like today I'm interviewing 8 women back to back. I'm recording, like I'm giving it 200% in the day that I do
Okay,
need
you
my
gotta
body.
shut down.
Yeah, my body has to rest.
Yeah.
So I've learned to accept that as a superpower, not as a weakness. Before I used to compare myself and say, oh, she's up at 4 a.m. doing her meditation and I'm not, you know. No, I get everything I need to get done.
It works differently for all of us. I've been like this since I was in my teen years. It didn't start today.
Yes.
I wake up like clockwork 5 a.m. I can't remember the last time I used an alarm clock to wake up.
Wow.
I don't. Whether I sleep by 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or 9 a.m., 5 a.m., I'm up.
Yeah.
Right.
So even if you go to bed at 9 a.m., you wake up at 5 a.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm not a heavy sleeper, but
Yeah.
I do love my sleep and I know how to shut down. So I can take a power nap in the day. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur also. Because I can say, okay, 2 to 3, you know what, no appointments, just have me just get there, have some protein shake, and then just shut down for 1 hour. And when I'm awake, I'm ready to go, because at times I'm speaking to my clients, you know, like 9 p.m. Some people, I can only get an 8 p.m. appointment from them. Do you understand?
Yes, exactly. You have to.
So you have to like see what works for you. So if you're a morning person, yeah, by all means. But if you're a night person, you have to know how to work out your schedule, how it works for you. But absolutely important, you must rest, because aside, okay, go to the gym, eat well, and all of that. If the sleep does not come with it, unfortunately, also you don't have the balance.
Yeah, you won't get the results anyway. So. Wow, we've packed in a lot here, guys. If you're listening to this, you know, we've spoken about entrepreneurship, writing a book, morning routine, confidence, imposter syndrome, health. Like, we've packed in a lot into this show. Needless to say, I will obviously definitely in the future have Dr. Sheun Oke back to the show. I'm sure you'd love to hear from her. And now we're best friends. I know you can call me anytime.
Yeah, trust me.
Call me anytime. Just for a little pep talk, please. You know, my number is open to you. But, you know, this is what the show is about. And if you really got a lot of value from this, please do share it with the next person that maybe needs to hear this information, maybe needs to get this pep talk whilst they're running, whilst they're walking to work or driving.
Yeah.
Make sure that you do share anything that has brought value to you. So thank you again for being on the show.
It's been a pleasure to be here.
Phenomenal. Thank you.
Look out for the book. It's upcoming. The book on insurance, how to protect yourself, family, and business against financial misfortunes. And it's easy to read. A 10-year-old can pick. And another thing that I really want to do is to make sure that we get people started in financial advice and early enough, not later life, like all of us. We're like 90% of our financial advisors today, they fell into the role. My goal is to make sure that we proactively get younger people into it, so that we can have more protections for the United Kingdom, because right now we are really at a low ebb of protections in the UK, and we need more hands to be able to get the information to the people and help them.
That is beautiful. That is another very important message out there, actually. So if you want to absorb more from Dr. Sheun Oke, she is very, very out there on LinkedIn. You know, she posts a lot of helpful top tips and a lot of fantastic content. So please do connect with her. Thank you again for listening to the show, and I'll catch you on the next one.